Hi, welcome to Take 5, where we daily consider devotional thoughts from Oswald Chambers' book, My Utmost for His Highest. Today is February 1st, and the title of today's lesson is The Call of God. Christ did not send me to baptize, but to preach the gospel. 1 Corinthians 1 and verse 17. To follow what Dr. Chambers is saying, you have to grasp the elemental points and use them as your foundation. First is that God created a perfect world with perfect people. Next is that this perfect world was wrecked by sin and therefore no longer the perfect creation of God. With this understanding, you then can see Chambers' point that the coming of Christ was to restore unto perfection this creation of God. The salvation of man is a product of this redemption. The sanctification or gradual improving of man is a product of this redemption, but the reality is that the primary goal of Christ is the full restoration of this world to the perfect state as God originally made it and intended for it to be. About midway through today's study, Chambers states, Jesus Christ labored in redemption to redeem the whole world and place it perfectly whole and restored before the throne of God. Do you see how yours and my salvation is only a part of Christ's plan? Chambers continues, the fact that we can experience redemption illustrates the power of the reality, but that experience is a byproduct and not the goal of redemption. Chambers' goal with all of this is to get the Christian to take their eyes off of self and empower them to share the vision of Christ, namely the redemption of the world, the full restoration to how God originally made it. He continues, we burden God's energies from morning till night asking for things for ourselves or for something from which we want to be delivered. When we finally touch the underlying foundation of the reality of the gospel of God, we will never bother Him anymore with little complaints. Again, in understanding the argument proposed by Oswald Chambers, he is directing us to see that once you are saved, then it's automatic that you are watched over by God and your needs are met. Jesus has already stated this. Matthew 6 and verse 25. Do not be anxious for your life. So quit worrying about yourself and move on to the bigger picture of the redemption of the world. We must quit having our main concern as being ourselves. As Chambers explained on January 31st, as long as our eyes are focused on our own personal holiness, we will never even get close to the full reality of redemption. Chambers closes today with, the one passion of Paul's life was to proclaim the gospel of God. He welcomed heartbreak, disillusionment, tribulation for only one reason. These things kept him unmovable in his devotion to the gospel of God. A hymn of years gone by said, turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in His wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace. To remove one's focus from self and place it on Jesus, to receive and live in Christ's reality, redemption, this is the message of Oswald Chambers. If you haven't yet read today's devotional from Dr. Chambers' book, I encourage you to do so, for it will enhance the time that we spend together. It's available free online. I invite you to share here your thoughts from today's reading, any questions that you may have. Also, please share prayer requests as well. And now, may God's grace and peace be ours as we seek to live our utmost for His highest. Thanks for being here today. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.